the high seas, Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hello everyone, how is everybody doing? Very blessed to be sitting here talking to you for mid-month and June readings. I did not know how things were going to work out, guys, but everything happens for a reason. So as I said, welcome to your... I've set the intention for these readings to resonate with the last couple months of June and the entire month, the last couple months of May and the entire month of June. But these messages can resonate anytime. They're definitely timeless. You never know what kind of message you might receive. So for my intro video, you guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on in May and what's going on in June. So all the astrology information, we're going to be talking a bit about astrology as I do in all my intro. And for the actual readings, it's strictly tarot. I don't talk much about astrology, guys. So in May, today is May 24th as I record this, so it's definitely mid-May. We're still in May, but May is a very, very intense month. June looks a little intense as well, but it looks more of an emotional month. May's been kind of emotional too, but it's been emotional in a hectic kind of way. I'm not sure how you guys are doing, but we have Mercury in Taurus. Mercury entered Taurus on May 13th, and then we had Uranus enter Taurus on May 15th, and it's going to be there for the next 7 years. So that was a huge, huge shift, you guys, in May. We're still under the energy of that. We will be under the energy of that for the next 7 years. So yeah, very important for you to know where Taurus is in your astrology chart, because you're going to have Uranus there, which is definitely all about sudden change and shock and surprise. This is the ruling planet of Aquarius, you guys. So that was a major, major, major shift. Every astrologer is talking about that. And then we had a new moon in Taurus on the 15th as well. So we had a new moon that same day. Astrology is so symbolic, if you ask me. And then on May 16th, we had Mars enter Aquarius, which was pretty interesting. Mars is actually going to be hanging out in Aquarius throughout June because it's going retrograde, so it's not going to be moving forward. And then we had Venus enter Cancer on the 19th. That's the kind of the most recent transit in May as I sit here today. So that's pretty interesting, you guys. That's very, Venus was in Gemini, and then on the 19th it moved into Cancer. It's going to be there until about maybe first week of June. And then we have yet to occur the Sagittarius full moon on May 29th. I'm not sure, guys. I really hope that I'm around to talk to you on that day, because the Sagittarius full moon, that is a very, very special full moon. That's the 9th house of higher learning, the house of vision. This is a very light sign. To have the moon filled with light in the sign of Sagittarius, that's definitely going to be expanding some things in our lives, expanding our vision, expanding the higher philosophy of our legacies and things like that. So we kind of end May on that Sagittarius full moon note, and then we enter June. So I've taken some notes here on both May and June for this intro video, because this video is about both months, so I wanted to incorporate both. So we're basically covering the end of Taurus season, beginning of Gemini season, the start of Cancer season. Okay, so that's quite a lot of information, but I'm just happy to be talking to you guys and getting out some messages for June. So we start June with, the reason why June is such an emotional month, you guys, is because we have this grand water trine. So we have, all the water signs have significant energies within them. So Neptune is in Pisces, Jupiter is in Scorpio, and then we have Venus in Cancer, okay? And that is creating a water trine, okay, of emotion. So we're all going to be really feeling our feels, and we're going to be having some really deep emotion, especially the beginning of June. So definitely wanted to mention that, not only for the water signs, but for all of us. We all have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy somewhere in our chart. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio represent our emotion. We all have emotion. But if you are a Pisces watching this, if you are a Cancer or a Scorpio watching this, you guys are major game players in June because of that Cancer energy coming in. But let's talk a bit about Gemini energy. We've got on June 5th, Mercury enters Gemini, which is pretty interesting because Mercury rules Gemini. So that's going to be great for our mental space. That's going to be great for the rational mind and you know, the more intellectual thoughts. So you may notice in June that you just get your head in the game more, and that you're able to be a little bit more rational when it comes to the decisions you're making, even though there's this grand water trine energy in June. And then on June 12th, we have quite the opposite. We have Mercury entering Cancer. So this is going to be a bit of the emotional thought realm. This is, you know, the planet of a lot of emotional communication, I feel, guys, will be happening on around June 12th, especially throughout the whole transit of Mercury in Cancer. Eventually, Mercury will move through that and move into Leo, which is more passionate thought. The North Node is there, so we're going to be thinking a lot more about our destiny. But before that can happen, we have to go through the very watery realm of Cancer. Our minds are going to be submerged. Right now, our hearts are submerged with Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer, holy crap. A lot of emotional feels, you guys. Cancer is the cardinal water sign. So that's, you know, I like to think of Cancer as the most water, even though it's not necessarily that way. But Cancer brings definitely the depth of emotion. It's the 4th house. Woo! So moving on, though, we have a Gemini new moon on the 13th, right after Mercury moves into Cancer. So for the new moon, Mercury will not be in Gemini, which everything happens for a reason. I just feel like that new moon really wanted to just focus on the new intentions of our seeds and planting things for our future. Mercury obviously needs to be in a more emotional realm around the time of the full moon, and there's going to be reasons for that. And then we have on that same day Venus entering Leo. So that's when Venus is going to enter Leo, is on the 13th. And Leo is ruled by the heart, you guys, so I'm extra excited for that transit because this is going to add a lot of passion to our abundance and our attraction. You know, a lot of us are going to be really following our heart around that time with the North Node in Leo and Venus in Leo. This is going to be very heart empowering, heart chakra in activations. And so another important thing happening in June is Neptune retrograde. Okay, woo! So Neptune is going to be slowing down. Our spirituality collectively is going to be slowing down a bit. So that's something to look out for. June 18th, that Neptune is retrograding. I did not know that Neptune would be retrograding in June. So yeah, guys, that's something to mark on your calendar. Very spiritual transits going on in June, guys. There's a lot going on in June. And then the sun enters Cancer on the 21st. So there's going to be Cancer season starting then. But that's the same day as the summer solstice, which is literally all the solstices and the equinoxes are so important. I'm not sure where I'll be at around this time. If I'm in this area, then I will definitely be recording a summer solstice message, and I'll be pulling cards for that. If not, guys, I would just really make sure that you're doing something in celebration of the actual start of summer. You know, the sun gaining in light and being its most empowered. I believe the summer solstice is the longest day and shortest night. I'm not sure. I'm going to be doing my own research on that. But I do something special for every equinox and every solstice. Summer solstice, winter solstice. I did something very beautiful for the winter solstice. So it's only right that I take part in a small ceremony for the summer solstice as well. And so a few days after that, we have Mars retrograde in Aquarius, you guys. So this is going to be interesting as well. Mars is going to be hanging out in Aquarius for quite a while, I believe until August. So, you know, Mars is the planet of war, planet of action. So, you know, that's in an area of the collective. So that's something to really research as well, you guys. I really hope that I'm around to do videos about all these planets because I love talking about it. I didn't want to waste not waste, but I just didn't want to, I wanted to really use the time that I had for the mid-May and June videos for the tarot. So as far as the astrology information goes, you guys, you might want to follow me on Instagram or add me on Facebook. All that information will be below because I'm always posting about this stuff. No matter where I am in the world, I can always post about this astrology information, but I might not always be in an area that really prohibits me to speak about astrology and read tarot. But I will always my Instagram is filled with astrology information and just kind of channeled information about what I think about all these planets. I'm going to be posting about Venus in Cancer soon, and I'm going to be posting about Uranus in Taurus and Mars in Aquarius. So those are all things to look out for. For those of you who are wondering, my name is Pisces Priestess on Instagram, and my name is Braylon Caldwell on Facebook. If you do add me on Facebook, just shoot me a message, because I get a lot of friend requests, and some of them are just not friends that I'm not interested in having on my Facebook. So just shoot me a message, say, hey, you know, I watch your videos, I really wanted to stay updated on the astrology information, and I'll add you. So Mars retrograde, Neptune retrograde, summer solstice, and then we end the month with that Capricorn full moon on June 28th. So you guys, Saturn is going to be a part of that moon, and it's going to be a very karmic moon. That moon is very karmic for me. That's going to mark the 1 year of me really doing this astrology business, me doing my spiritual burnings that I do outside on every full moon. I'm a Capricorn rising, so that full moon is going to be opposite of the sun in Cancer. Wow, I really hope that I'm around to speak to you during that time as well. There's so much going on, you guys. It's like, I feel like I trust the universe, but if it's meant for me to kind of take a break from astrology, I'm really going to have a hard time understanding why, because it's as if the energies have picked up, and they're almost more relevant and more important. And it's like, you know, I feel like it's now more than ever important for me to really, really speak out about some of the things that I channel and some of the things that I'm aware of in the universe as a Pisces. So if it's meant to be, you guys, I'll be sticking around, and I'll be talking to you throughout all these transits, and I'll definitely be incorporating more astrology, since there's not much astrology in my videos this month. But there are very important tarot messages this month. So let's talk a little bit about what we can look forward to in the readings this month. So I've got some oracle readings for you guys this month. I have 3 oracle decks. One of them is a very new deck. I have the Wisdom of the House of Knights. And below, if you'd like to know the artist, and if you're interested in buying these decks, then I'll tell you the name and the artist of these decks below. And then I have the Indigo Angel Oracle deck. And then I just recently received as a gift a Wicca deck. So I'm not sure how all you feel. Why my camera's shaking like that, but I'm not sure how you guys feel about Wicca. But that is something that I have just recently started studying on the Libra full moon. So a couple full moons ago, I really did start studying Wicca, and that just was kind of an awakening that I had. My aunt is Wiccan. And, you know, I didn't really know how to feel about Wicca, but it is definitely not what I thought. And I think that's going to be the case for most people. So for those of you who are open to receiving messages from Spirit from that deck, beautiful deck. Oh my God. They incorporate so beautifully. All these 3 decks, I'm probably going to use these 3 decks often. And they're really new, so I am looking up meanings in the book this month. But there's such beautiful messages, you guys. So this could be kind of a past, present, and future kind of reading for those of you who resonate with past, present, and future that way. And then I'm just using regular tarot to clarify a little bit more about these the oracle messages. Okay, so we've got 3 messages this month. We're working with the bottom of the deck and underlying energy, and then we're doing some clarification. So I really hope you guys enjoy these readings this month. I didn't care. I'm just so happy to have. I'm not sure if all of you watched my last video, but I just was devastated when I found out that I wouldn't be able to read tarot for May. But turns out that you just go with the flow. Sometimes the current takes you right back to where you were. And, you know, as a Pisces, I really just try to go with the current and just move with the waters of my life. But I feel very deeply about all this stuff. So, you know, my emotions pay the price, and they take the toll. But, you know, it empowers me. And like I was saying, you know, I'm just happy to be talking to you guys. I'm happy to get these messages out here. That's what matters most to me. For those of you who are interested in personal readings for the rest of May, I do believe that I will be available to do personal readings. And as far as June and July goes, just make sure that you contact me through email or through Facebook or Instagram before you pay me. And we'll try to work something out. But I am definitely available to do readings for the rest of May, and I'm very excited to see, you know, what comes up for all the signs. I've finished, as I record the intro, I've finished the Aries through Virgo, and they are very beautiful messages, you guys. They feel very beautiful. Right after this intro, I'm going to get started on Libra through Pisces. So I haven't done the second half of the zodiac wheel yet, so I don't know what's going on with those guys. But as far as the Aries through Virgo, beautiful messages, and I can't wait for you guys to watch, and I hope it resonates. Thank you so much for all the support and your likes and your subscribes and all my new viewers. I hope you guys can tell how much this means to me. But without further ado, please enjoy your June readings and also your mid-May readings. Thank you guys. See ya. Hi Sagittarius. Welcome to your mid-May June readings. I'm so happy to be sitting here talking with you guys, especially because I know there's a lot going on with Gemini season with you guys. Every Gemini season there's a Sagittarius full moon, which I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm extra excited for such a moon as that. Woo! I just feel like it's going to be incredibly expansive. We have that full moon at the end of the month, you guys, for those of you who are wondering. I did talk a lot about astrology in the intro, so I don't want to talk much about it here, guys. I want to get, excuse me, I definitely want to get started with your tarot reading, but you're a little bit of an exception, Sagittarius, because there's just so much going on in Gemini season for you, because this is the opposite sign of you. So this is your 7th house of relationships. We're gonna have a new moon there, so definitely start setting new intention, new people coming into your life, new business relationships, you know, friendships, all kinds of relationships like that. Just a lot going on, but that's more so, well, we are in Gemini season. The sun is in your 7th house, hopefully creating some sort of awareness for you in relationships. I'm gonna actually shut my door real quick, Sag. We just had some noise out there, so I just wanted to, I don't know, I just feel like it just needs to be peaceful. I'm feeling that. I'm not sure if it's just my energy today or if it has to do with the energy that I've tapped in for you, to channel for you, but I just do feel the need for peace, like just peace, just quiet. Please, just everyone, be quiet. Leave me alone. So you might be feeling a bit like that, Sagittarius. Sometimes we can feel that way when there's a full moon in our sign. The moon's going to be filled with light, but I'm going to talk more about that hopefully in my Sagittarius full moon video. Hope to God I get a chance to sit down with everybody and channel some messages about that. It's just too expansive not to talk about. Sagittarius is my 12th house, so I'm very, very passionate about Sagittarius energy. Other than that, you guys, everything else from mid-May to June is going to be in the intro video, okay? And if any of you would like to talk to me about astrology information, about what houses this is happening in for you, please email me. I would love to talk more with you guys about that. I love talking about that kind of stuff. And yeah, without further ado, let's get going on the reading. So I shuffled. We've got the Temperance card here. I shuffled. I don't know what's behind you guys yet. We're going to reveal that together. It didn't take me long, but I don't shuffle on camera just in case. Sometimes it takes a long time for the cards to be ready, but I shuffled until I seen the Temperance card. And as you can see, I have these 3 oracle decks lined up. So I'm going to get you guys an oracle reading. We've got the Indigo Angel deck, which is the deck I'm going to be using for Sagittarius full moon, because it's very light energy, very, very angelic, which is very Sagittarius. You guys are one of the most light signs. You're a fire sign, mutable. So this is mutable energy, you guys. Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius. The sun is in mutable energy, so I feel that all the mutable signs have definitely been awakened to some sort of awareness of adaptability. Maybe all of us are adapting right now. And then we have the wisdom of the House of Night, which is going to be more of a darker energy, but it's not good and bad, right, Sagittarius? Good and bad do not mean light and dark. This just means the seen and the unseen. And it's interesting that we're talking about the seen and the unseen, because the full moon going into a sign like you, Sagittarius, the sign of vision, the sign of expansion, the sign of light and higher knowledge. There's something very secretive and hidden. The moon is very hidden, but it's going to be filled with light. So the sun from Gemini is going to be shining light on the full moon in Sagittarius. Full moons bring completions and new beginnings, so there's might be even a little bit of that in your future as well. But we've got the seen, the unseen, the more mysterious, the more secretive. And then I've got this new Wicca deck. Now, don't freak out, Sagittarius. I'm not sure how some of you feel about Wicca. A lot of people say Wicca is evil and witches and all that. Well, I've been studying Wicca for a short amount of time, about 3-4 months now, and I just learned a lot about Wicca, and it just so happens that I've been studying Wicca my whole life. I just didn't know it, but I love the elements. I definitely practice on solstices and equinoxes, and that's everything that Wicca works with, okay? So, yeah, this is just the 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and spirit, and they're beautiful cards. I got them as a gift from a very close Aries to me. So I was very excited I just felt very called to give you guys an oracle reading. So these are all the oracle decks that I have, and then we're going to clarify with regular tarot. So let's get going, Sagittarius. I love your guys' tarot card in this deck. In the other deck, it looks a bit different, but this is the Temperance card in this deck, and it's been coming out this month for certain signs, and it's just beautiful because we have this full moon. So I felt very called to use this deck this month, and I think it's because of the symbolism and the different pictures and illustrations, because we have this Temperance, this card that means balance, this card that means patience and moderation, you know. Usually there's someone with 2 cups, right? But we always have one of the feet on ground and one on land. It's saying that you need to have a balance between logic and intellect. You need to have a balance between being grounded and being emotional, being in reality and being in the spiritual world, which is so perfect for Sagittarius. Like, there's a reason why this is your guys' ruling tarot card. And it's because, Sagittarius, you guys are half God, half human. You know, you guys are ruled by Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. You guys are ruled by, you know, philosophy and higher knowledge and higher education, and we can apply that mutable energy, that adaptable energy, to all these expansive ideologies, okay? But I just love this card this month because it's quite beautiful. Hopefully you guys can see, okay? It is very pretty light right now as far as my window lighting, but hopefully that'll help and not hurt. So we've got this lady here that's in some sort of lily pad pond or something, but this full moon, guys, to me, this is just so symbolic for that Sagittarius full moon. So I definitely wanted to give you guys a good look at this beautiful Temperance card. And who knows, maybe the Temperance card will come up for you guys. But this is your ruling card that I shuffled until I saw. So let's see what's right behind you guys at the end of May going into June. And we have the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands to me is about future preparation because you've made a decision. So by the end of May coming into June, you guys could have very well made a decision, because the 2 of Wands, which is left back here in this card, is a man in between a portal. Someone who's in between the portal of staying comfortable and expanding his horizons. Someone who's in the middle of doing the same old thing because he's good at it, because he's aware, because he knows it and it's predictable, and looking out into the distance as something that's completely unexpected. So if any of this is resonating with you at the end of May going into June, perhaps that full moon in Sagittarius is going to be just the amount of energy you need to inspire you to finally make a decision. So if any of you have been confused between 2 things, confused between 2 jobs, 2 living situations, 2 people, anything, then the 2 of Wands, which is left behind, it's like a closed door. You know, you were standing in the middle of a portal for so long, and it's really interesting, Sagittarius, because you and Gemini are the portals of the zodiac. And I think that's because no matter what way you put the zodiac, Gemini is always the 3rd house and Sagittarius is always the 9th house. But in ancient astrology, Pisces is the 6th house and Virgo is the 12th house. And Aquarius is the 7th house and Libra is the 11th house. So the wheel has changed over time. I feel that our universe has kind of flipped upside down because it actually makes more sense the other way. I found a picture that says that, but it was interesting to see that Gemini was still the 3rd house and Sagittarius was still the 9th house. So that means you guys are a portal for the zodiac. You guys are 3 and 9. So you're right across from each other, and you make that portal, okay? So, you know, you could have been standing in between the portal of the seen and the unseen. You could be standing in front of the portal of the known and the unknown, or the comfortable and the ability to change. But the good thing about the 3 of Wands is that there's a 3rd wand that you found. So neither one of these decisions were good for you anymore. Maybe it was a home, because it looks like this is some kind of building, so it could be a job for some of you, or some kind of building, something. This building can represent a person, place, or thing, but either way, the door to it's closed and you're walking the other direction. with a new inspired thought, with some sort of Ace of Wands energy. And this is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. So this is definitely you. Maybe you're dealing with an Aries, maybe you're dealing with a Sagittarius or a Leo, or maybe this is just your energy. But yeah, it looks as if you have some sort of third spark of an idea. Maybe you were going back and forth between two different options for so long, and then boom, you expanded yourself out there and you created, and that's so Sagittarius. Now, for some of you guys, there is a third party situation going on, just some of you. I do feel the need to mention that when I do see threes, because that's just what sometimes it symbolizes. So some of you guys could have really left a third party situation for good. The door is closed, those two wands are left behind. You're taking your manifestation, your power, your creativity, your magic, and walking the other way. And these two things, whether it be a job or two people, you've left those two things alone. So you may be really branching out as an individual this month too. And then we have the World card, Sagittarius. So yeah, some of you guys are completing cycles. Some of you guys were just about completely submerged in cosmic energy, but you still have this fiery energy in your hand. Okay, so I do feel the need to tell you that there's something completing, maybe with a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Maybe there's something completing in your house of finances or your work, or you know, maybe you're really finding your worth. But the World card talks all about a completed cycle. It's the Saturn card, which is in your second house of finances. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are, you know, especially in May when there's a full moon in your second house, June. In June, at the end of June, there's going to be a Capricorn full moon in your second house of finances. So I wouldn't be surprised if over the next couple of months, things about you are completing. You know, last month, a lot of stuff completed about your subconscious, about your spirituality. Now this month, things are directly completing, and this is all about completions and new beginnings with you and who you are, Sagittarius, yourself. Because this is your first house of self that this full moon in Sagittarius is in. Now, when we have that Capricorn full moon, it's all about your resources, your possessions, your values, what you own. But this is, either way, this is a completed cycle, and that might be why you walked away from a job, from an earth sign, from something, from a reality, from a foundation. Maybe it was getting too cold, you know, but we do have this energy going on down here for you, which I just see Sagittarius walking away with some kind of new sparked initiation. And I feel like it's the full moon that does this for you guys. The full moon does bring completions of cycles, just like the World card does. So that's just a little bit about what's going on directly behind you, Sagittarius. But I don't want to get too far into that because we have oracle cards to deal with this month. So we're going to sit you over here, you magical Sag, and then we'll talk more about that shortly. But let's get you an angel oracle deck. Now, for some of you, I do want to mention that this could be past, present, and future. If it doesn't resonate with your past, present, and future, that's okay, because this could be your past, this could be your future, this could be your present. So take these cards however you want, Sag, but whenever there's a 3-card lineup, sometimes Spirit makes it past, present, and future. So I will explain it like that. I just want you to know that it's not limited to that, and it's most certainly not limited to just May and June. These energies are timeless, and whatever messages are here for you, I want you to just take those, okay? So let's focus on Sagittarius energy. What is the angel card for the mutable fire sign, the 9th house of our universe? What is the angel message for Sagittarius, the mutable fire sign, for the end of May and going all throughout June? What is the message? So we have looked through the situation, Sagittarius, and we also have freedom as an underlying energy, which is such a Sagittarius energy. Sag is such a free spirit. You guys are definitely people who like to have your freedom and feel that kind of energy. Okay, so before we channel, I'm just going to keep on going. But the card that came out for you is look through the situation. So that card comes out obviously when there's something you need to take a closer look at, Sagittarius. So let's get you a card from the House of Knights. What is the message here for Sagittarius for the end of May going into June 2018? Woo! We had quite a big stack come out there, so we're going to have to keep shuffling for that. That was probably my fault. So let's focus in here on the mutable fire sign, Sagittarius, the 9th house of our universe. What is the message for Sagittarius for the end of May going into June 2018? What is the message for Sagittarius? What can we talk to Sagittarius about? So we have a reminder here. I did not want you guys to see my face. So we have message. The card that comes out here is message. And it's interesting, we have a reminder. So this is literally it reminds me of when things pop up on my phone. It's a reminder and a message can be very similar. So we've got quite an interesting reading showing up here for you, Sagittarius. I'm already channeling quite a bit for you guys. So let's get you guys a card from the Wicca Oracle deck. What is the message for Sagittarius for the end of May going into June 2018? What is the message for Sagittarius? The mutable fire sign, 9th house of our universe. What is the message for Sagittarius? No tears left to cry. I'm living it up, loving, I'm living it up. Alright, Sagittarius. Maybe some of you have no tears left to cry. Maybe some of you guys are finally moving on from a very heartbreaking energy. And you're living it up. You're living it up. Oh. So we had 2 cards come out here. And we have the Chalice, which is all about emotional energy, and we have this 8. So I'm just going to leave it, Sagittarius, because you guys do have that full moon. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Wand. So this is very Sagittarius, so I'm glad that I didn't keep shuffling. Some of you guys, this is just the message that you need to hear. So we've got 2 for you, and that's okay. Small token of my gratitude. And just a little gift there for that full moon, okay? And it's also from Spirit. I'm not sure why the number 3, the number 8, and the number 4 wanted to show up for you guys. But let's start interpreting some of these messages for you, Sag. So, again, this could be past, present, and future for some of you. And so maybe in the past, some of you guys were looking through a situation trying to find your freedom. Maybe some of you guys, this could be so many different things that you're looking through. But we do have a woman here who seems to be at work. She's outside picking some. So if any of you guys are gardeners, if any of you guys, if this appeals to you, this image here of this woman who's picking, you know, it's almost as if she's looking through a situation to find the value in it. You know, it's like she's out in a field and there's going to be some plants or vegetables or whatever's growing. There's going to be something has grown and other stuff has not grown. So she's obviously, maybe she's picking the weeds out of a situation. But either way, this card has an energy where it really needs focus, and it also needs patience. So I feel like this might even be your world, Sagittarius. Right now, your world might have a lot to do with, you know, really just looking through everything around you, because you're all about expansion, and the full moon is going to be in your sign. So underneath the surface at a soul level with everyone at the end of this month, actually in just a few days, on the 29th. Right now it's the 25th. So in a few days we're going to have that full moon, and I feel like there's just going to be a lot that we need to look through, especially if Sagittarius is doing this. But again, this could have been in your past. Some of you guys could have looked through a situation, and to me this means before making a decision, or before, we did have that 3 of Wands. So just make sure that you're looking through whatever situations you're in at the end of May, especially the end of May going into June. By the time June comes, maybe it's important that you look through something now. So by the time June comes, by the time this full moon completes and new beginnings for you, you would have already looked through a situation. You already have what you need. This is just, I just see somebody looking through a batch of something and leaving the bad behind, but taking the good with them. So look through the situation, Sagittarius, whether it be a relationship situation, a job situation, but there's something of value that you can find. So I don't know why I feel the need to do this, but I'm going to look up what this card means in this book, because I just feel like there might be an extra message there for you. So it is the card number 28. So that's interesting. The full moon is on the 29th. So You may get caught up in the emotions in a situation and feel stressed or frightened. This card reminds you that life will continue long after you've gotten through this challenge and forgotten all about it. The angels ask you to concentrate on the good things in your life and see beyond whatever is going on around you. One of the best ways to find a resolution is by releasing the situation and allowing yourself to feel relief. Time to relax and imagine what it will feel like when this is all over. Trust that the angels hear your prayers loud and clear, and it will help you to resolve every aspect of the situation. So there you go, Sagittarius. This is about focusing on the good in your life. So maybe you're looking through a situation to find something good. That's kind of what I was saying, but I just wanted to make sure there wasn't something more here, okay? And then we have the underlying energy of freedom, okay? So I feel like some of you guys were trying to find the freedom in a situation. Sagittarius, that's a very Sagittarius thing. Like, you guys could be in prison and you're so magical that you're going to find something that makes you feel free. Now let's see what's behind this. You already know, Sagittarius. You already know that you're free. You already know something because you looked through a situation, and you know, we have Make-A-Wish under here in acceptance. So I feel like there's going to be a wish that's accepted, because Leo had Make-A-Wish and acceptance as well. To me, when those two cards come out together, honestly, it means that you made a wish and it was accepted. So that's a beautiful message there. Maybe some of you made a wish for freedom. Maybe some of you made some sort of wish and you already knew that it came true. But there's something here about freedom that you already know as a Sagittarius, because like I said, Sagittarius is our very freedom-loving spirits. You guys are very free spirits, and we have this angel here that is just leaping in the sky. She is literally just leaping in the sky. It's almost like the Fool card, but this is what happens to the Fool after the Fool jumps. You know, in the Fool card in Tarot, all we see is a person at the edge of a cliff with their bags packed. So this is like them on the beginning of a new journey, but this is actually what they feel like on the way down. After you make a jump, Sagittarius, after you take a risk, after you start a new journey, it's freedom. Freedom! So if this is something you're after, this energy, you know, no chains, no commitments, no restrictions, it's just really important for you to feel free in the month of May and in June. You know, maybe this full moon will set you free, but I just know that freedom is a very important energy for Sagittarius to feel as bubbly, energetic signs like you. And I think you already know that. So that could be in the past. Maybe in the past there was a reminder about freedom, or you don't want to forget your freedom either, Sagittarius. And we have a lot of 28s. So apparently this card is the number 28. And then we have a reminder, which is the 28 as well. So that is 10. 8 plus 2 is 10, right? So there's some sort of completion going on here as well. You looked through a situation to find the good in something that was over, right? It's over, and this could be a job, remember. This could be a relationship. This could be there's just, Sagittarius, you're not going to be able to escape the endings to things in May and in June, because, you know, it's Gemini season, which is, there's a full moon in your sign. So there's just going to be certain things that are, your energy is very much you are very much involved in May and in June. You're involved in Sagittarius. I mean, you're involved in Gemini season because you are the opposite sign of Gemini. So Geminis need your energy. Sagittarius needs Gemini energy. You know, just like Pisces needs Virgo energy. Virgo needs Pisces energy. There's a reason why we all have opposite signs. It's because those are the shadows of us, okay? So it's like yin and yang. It's like balance. It's like peace. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you understand that because you're the Temperance card. So there's a temperance that goes on between you and Gemini, okay? And there's a reminder here to keep yourself free from situations that are no longer working out for you, right? Maybe you've been working really hard to see the good in a situation, to see that your freedom in a situation. But trust me, Sagittarius, it doesn't look like this woman's working too hard. It looks like this is effortless. It looks like she is just flowing and falling, free falling, okay? And that's exactly how you should feel around this time of year, because your energy is just being upgraded, okay? So that could be your past. Some of you could have, you know, your past is going to go into your future as well. So because of this, you have some sort of message coming in. And we have the 45. And that's the number 9. So to me, when I see this card, it does remind me of Sagittarius, because you guys are the 9th house. So there's some kind of message here coming in for you directly, Sagittarius. This could be an email, this could be a letter, this could be a text, this could be conversations, but this is a message. It could be a spiritual message, a physical message, a metaphorical message, but there's something coming in from the heavens. And we got this piece of paper down there, and there's a moon on the piece of paper. So this is a very spiritual message. I feel like this is going to be because of the moon. And it's also a reminder. So you're going to be reminded of certain things that you should not forget. So I don't think your freedom is something that you should forget. You definitely don't want to forget your power or your magic, Sagittarius. You don't want to forget, you know, what you discovered by looking through the situation you were looking through in May going into June. I believe you found what you found. Some of you didn't find anything, and that was your answer. But some of you looked through a situation and you found your freedom and you released yourself, right? And you already know that. But going back to this message here, there's this bird this is like some kind of magical forest. And there's a bird that has came from another realm that is delivering this message. Now, for some of you, you could be delivering messages to other people, but they're going to be very spiritual, Sagittarius. You're going to be under the influence of a full moon. And the full moon brings light to situations, and so do you. So that's why this situation is so magical, because the moon brings light, Sagittarius brings light. This is going to be subconscious light. It's just beautiful. So there's a message here, and there's a reminder. There's a reminder. So that you might get some kind of message in June or in May that is a reminder not to forget something, not to forget your freedom, not to forget what you looked through in the situation. Remember the chaos as well. And we have 2 9 cards. Okay? So remember that. We have a lot of 9s and 10s, okay? I literally see 9 and 10 because we have 9. This is literally the 9 card. So this is about chaos, Sagittarius. There may be a little bit of this, you know, but this is, to me, this is about the calm after the storm. I feel like this is something you guys have already went through. You guys have already conquered this chaos. This is an underlying energy. Not to forget the chaos that you've survived, okay? We have a 9 and a 10 here. So it's like you learned from this chaos, okay? There was something in your life that was spiraling out of control. It came in. It completely destroyed your home. It completely destroyed your town, your foundation. You know, tornadoes have a way of doing that, making things very chaotic. But when the storm is over, people come out, and there's this energy of rebuilding, right? There's this calming, and there's this energy of acceptance, right? Which we do have under this. You need to accept the freedom that you already know you deserve. This tornado was actually working in your behalf. So there's a reminder here about the chaos that you've been through in May. And there's also a choice here. So back to these 9s and 10s, we've got a 10 here. All right, and we've got a lot of healing going on. So I do feel the need to tell you guys about this decision you've got. Some of you guys have some kind of decision to make because something you feel is over. The funny thing about completions is that we can feel them at a soul level. You ever tried to be somewhere that you just don't belong? I mean, it literally feels like nails on a chalkboard. It feels like fighting a current, like a fucking salmon swimming upstream against current, fighting the current. When there's a very effortless direction that you want to go in, right? Which is right here. You already know that there's a direction of freedom that you want to go. Sagittarius, in May and in June, I just feel a very swift energy. Like if you let go, the energies of the universe are going to carry you to where you need to be. But if you stand still in between a crossroads, you know, it's like fighting the current. But there is something that is completing, right? We have this moon up there with that bird, the same bird here that's giving you a message. So there's something here with that. But what I was trying to point out to you is that we have the 6 + 4 is 10. So we do have your legacy coming up here a lot. We do have your job and your career, your long-term goals. So there may be something you're choosing between a job, because we do have those choices, and it might be chaotic choices. Some of you really need to choose freedom, right? Because we have this man looking this direction. This man is looking towards the direction of freedom. So you already know that you should choose this. You guys are focused on freedom. There's a message here about freedom. It's like you want to fly like that bird. Fly like an eagle. And don't forget, Sagittarius, because we had those 10s, right? And then we have 10 here and 9. So this is about learning, because 9 means learning, right? And 10 means completions and new beginnings. So there's something you can learn in May and June from these completions and new beginnings. And you don't want to forget all that you've learned from the chaos, all that you've learned from the decisions that you've made, the choices that you make. You have a choice to learn. You have a choice. You have a choice in all of this, Sagittarius. You're like one of the most magical signs. So no wonder there's something you need to look through, because there is the resonating energy of a decision that you either made in May or that you're about to make in June. But I feel like it's a very recent decision. And it may even come in June. Maybe some of you don't even have the decision yet. But there's a message here. We've got to look through the situation and a message about that. Maybe when you look through the situation, you're going to receive some kind of message about, I don't know, it's going to be some kind of higher learning though. And then again, there's this 9. So we have 2 9s and 2 10s. So there's at least, maybe that's why you're at a crossroads, because you're learning from the polarities. You're learning from Gemini, you're learning from Sagittarius, you're learning from the moon, you're learning from the sun, you're learning from light and dark, you're learning from the portal that you're in between, right? So don't forget, there is a reminder here of some sort of message. So you guys might want to follow your own intuition here. You guys you have your own stories, so who knows what this might mean. There might be a reminder. Don't forget your freedom. Don't forget to look through the situation for your freedom. And this message, I feel that some of you know what this is personally. There could have been a significant message that you received in May or in June that you don't want to forget about, because it was actually a reminder to learn. Don't forget the cycles of completion. Don't forget about this full moon and about the messages from spirit, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of synchronicity. So let's move on here to the Wicca and let's get clarifying some of this stuff. So we've got the 3 and we've got the 8. So I'm actually going to look up the number 8 first. We've got this rabbit. So I'm not sure if that means anything to you guys, but we've got this rabbit and it's called, oh, okay. So this is Easter. This is Ostara. That's the real name of Easter, for those of you who are wondering. Easter is a made-up holiday. Easter is it is based off of the Wiccan tradition of the spring equinox. So this is the spring equinox. This is a lovely card. It's very much related, even though we're heading into the summer solstice now, but this is all about spring. For some of you, this is your future. So let's see here. There's going to be some messages here for you. So the spring equinox, this is Ostara, is the spring equinox, named for the goddess Istore, from whom Easter also gets its name. So you see how people just rip off holidays. It's really, you guys really want to get enlightened about that, because these holidays, they're based off of the truer meanings of our universe, but they've been so misconstrued. So day and night are equal length, and the ascent towards the light begins. A joyful young rabbit leaps through the greening landscapes. The trees are budding with tender growth, and everywhere there are signs of awakening. The red eggs are a symbol of rebirth and eternal life, and are offered as a gift of love. So the meaning of this is creative abounds. This is a time for rapid growth in every way. Project undertaking now with blossoms quickly. Oh, I said project. Projects undertaken now will be blossomed quickly. So projects that you've been working on, Sagittarius, will really blossom just like the trees and plants. Give in to the spring fever and approach life with enthusiasm. That's so Sagittarius. Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. You already know. And yeah, so the key word here is enthusiasm, growth, and vitality. And I want you to say this with me, Sagittarius. I am filled with the life force of renewal. I am filled with the life force of renewal. I am filled with the life force of renewal. So the challenge here, Sagittarius, is how do you express your inner child? How do you express your inner child, Sagittarius? As a fire sign, it is very important for you to express your inner child. So this is the spring equinox, you guys. This is about night and day being equal, which means that you have done a very good job at this point, especially headed into your future, of balancing night and day. Now, the good thing about the Sagittarius full moon is that between you and Gemini, and between the energy of you guys in the universe, you guys are going to be balancing the light of the sun and the night and the dark of the moon. So interesting that the spring equinox would come up for you. And I don't know if Easter is significant for you, but to me, what I'm getting from this is that You're headed towards the light and, you know, new beginnings. Trees are budding, growth is happening, and this is a sign of an awakening. So you are really, really fucking awesome, Sagittarius. And then also we have rebirth and eternal life here with these red eggs. So very, very beautiful card. This might be happening secretly with you because we have that number 8 up there, okay? So we've got the spring equinox, and how will you express your inner child now that it's summer, now that this passion has been lit in you? I love that card. Very, very, very cool to happen around springtime. We're still in the spring until June 21st. So you heard the messages. It's definitely about enthusiasm. So let's go ahead and see what the chalice card is about. I'm starting to learn these cards a bit now after doing these readings. So we've got the number 3. So this is a symbol of a blessing and bliss. Whatever is placed within this cup is made sacred, and it transfers that sanctity to those who drink from it. So this is like the cups that you have as the temperance card, Sagittarius. So the blessed waters flow forth endlessly, symbolizing the wellspring of divine love. In rituals and in magic, its primary element is water, and the direction of it is the sacred circle is the west, okay? So this is like the Ace of Cups, you guys. This is about love. So drink deep from the vessel of life and love. Feel yourself connected to the waters of the world, one in harmonious union with all beings. You are offered a chance to seek your bliss and answer the call. Answer the call, Sagittarius. Answer the text message. There's a reminder not to forget about this message, and now we have answer the call. So answer the call. I believe Gemini had this energy as well, but they had it up here, okay? So this is very much like the Ace of Cups, and this means blessings, communion, and love, Sagittarius. How could it not when you have all this energy in your 7th house of Gemini? So I want you to say this with me. I am loved. I love and I am loved. I love and I am loved. The challenge here is what part of your spirit needs healing, Sagittarius? Probably the inner child in you, because we have this here with the spring equinox card. So what part of your spirit needs healing? And I feel that this came out because it's the enthusiastic part of you, right? The moon, oh cool, we have the wand right here on the next page because we have the card 3 and then 4. So we've got some synchronicities here about this. And, you know, Sagittarius, what I was going to say is that the full moon can be kind of melancholy because that's just the energy and the vibration that the moon works with. It's more calming. It's more mothering. It's more maternal, feminine. So it's softer. It's not that go, go, go masculine, wired energy. You know, that's more the sun, like music blaring. And I know that that's more of the fire sign energy, but that's okay because that's why the universe has this here with you, right? It's giving you the wand. But I just wanted you to know that it's okay to be enthusiastic in May and in June. It's okay to go with the hype and be the child that you are. You know, sometimes you guys can be those energizing bunnies, you know, but this is telling you that it's okay. There's a message here about the inner child in you and about an unconditional love and healing the inner child within you because, you know, sometimes the energies can get kind of heavy and we get more serious, and that takes us away from the innocence of our childlike heart. So I challenge you to get out a coloring book and color or do something fun, you know what I mean? Something that literally makes you feel free, right? We have freedom here. So let's talk about this wand and then we're going to validate. So the wand connects the creative energy of the universe to the hand of the person who wields it. Magical will directed through the wand can dispel negativity and draw positive power. It is the divine spark of change and growth. So we've got change and growth coming up here for you very much. And in rituals, its primary element is fire, and its direction of the sacred circle is south. So we've got south, we've got west, we've got water, we've got fire. So the meaning here is that you have the ability to accomplish any task if you bring the power of your will to bear upon it. Creative solutions are at your fingertips. Seize the moment and make it work for you. All magic is at your command if you believe. So the key word here is action, will, and magic. This is literally fire energy. Look at this, Sagittarius. This is you. This is your wand. So I want you to say this with me. I make creative change happen. I make creative change happen. I make creative change happen, and don't you forget it. Now the challenge here is how will you take command of your life? How will you take command of your life? Well, probably by healing the inner child within you, right? Right, Sag? So pretty interesting messages there going on. And I love that wand for you. So there is a reminder here about growth and power and magic and the Ace of Wands and the clarity that you can gain because of that. There's a message here about this. So your message here is pretty simple. It's go time. You know what I mean? So we're gonna clarify here. We're gonna clarify this look through the situation. What is look through the situation about for Sagittarius for mid-May going into June? What is look through the situation about? Give me a card for looking through the situation. Which means all about seeing the good in your life, right, Sagittarius? I think some of you are just trying to find the good in your career right now. Okay, this card did come up reversed. So, oh, I'm so sorry. I just totally hit the camera. So this card fell and it was in reverse. We do have the Nine of Cups. Now, I don't usually do reverse, so I'm going to read it both ways. But the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Okay, this is about feeling emotionally complete. This is about wishes coming true. So obviously, the reverse of that, because this fell on the floor and it was very clearly reversed. So that is a sign from Spirit to keep this reversed. So I'm going to listen. And it's interesting, we have the number 6. When 9 is reversed, it looks like the number 6. So this has everything to do with your work. It has everything to do with your emotional fulfillment at your job, at the service you do for others. Maybe some of you are trying to find the good in that, but that could be exactly what's transforming for you. Some of you may have a significant Scorpio energy that you work with or that maybe you're in a relationship with. So I don't know if this is a relationship or a job situation, but remember the look through the situation was all about seeing the good in a situation, right? And you're trying to, but you probably don't feel too free at this job or with this relationship or where you live. And that's why there's an energy here of you not feeling emotionally satisfied. There's a wish that did not come true, which is kind of interesting because we had make a wish under here with acceptance. So that could very well mean that a wish was not accepted because we see that here. So some of you are trying to look through a situation where your wishes aren't coming true. But there's a message here about not forgetting as well. So don't forget that sometimes something isn't answered because there's a bigger plan. There's a transformation going on here for you. I just pulled the King of Wands, which is your energy, right? So there's a need here. We see this lady writing. So I do feel the need that this message is being written by you, Sagittarius. And you might need there might be some kind of message here about, yeah, I feel that some of you guys, it's definitely a transformation. And with the Five of Pentacles, which is the poverty card, are just feeling left out in the cold. So some of you guys are looking through a situation where you feel left out in the cold. It could be with a Leo or a Cancer. Some of you, there's a heartbreak with a Leo or a third-party situation. Secrets coming out about a broken heart with a Leo. And then also some truth coming in with some victory, but with a Cancer maybe, because we've got the Chariot. But victorious over the clarity, right? But anyways, in the past, there could have been a denial of some kind of wish. Maybe there was something you really were waiting on, waiting to get this new job, waiting for this person to say, yes, I'll be your girlfriend or boyfriend, or yes, I'll marry you. Whatever it was kind of a rejection of a wish, okay? But it's okay because we have a wish under here. What it is, Sagittarius, is that you wished for something that was going to keep you trapped. Some of you guys were wishing for a job or wishing for a partner. And the reason why it didn't get accepted is because this wish is getting accepted. The wish that you already know. The wish that has to do with freedom and manifestation. Okay? This is the better wish. One where you're going to be forced to love yourself and manifest loving yourself and accepting yourself. Right? So it's so weird that there's a wish that isn't being accepted. But under here, Spirit is definitely showing me that there's a more wish towards freedom, but you just have to take a risk for it because it's going to transform you. So let's keep going here and see what this message is about. So what is the message about for Sagittarius? Can we clarify the message card, please? What is the message card about for Sagittarius? This could be your present moment. Some of you guys might be receiving messages right now. It might be the message that I'm giving you. But I believe your present moment is all about messages. So we have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So it's a message about your foundation. It's a message about your completions in your family life. But the card that flew out is the Queen of Wands, which is Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. So some of you may get a very passionate message. And for some of you, it may even be from a family member or from a Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. There's a reminder here about you or about a Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. And bottom of the deck, we literally have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So this message is about your finances. It's about your worth. Okay, I know this is about you having all the money that you could possibly need. This is a gift from the universe. We have the King of Cups and the... what is behind the King of Cups? Wow, we have both the King and the Queen of Cups. So this is a relationship. Some of you might be with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But to have the King and the Queen of Cups, like, that is some kind of energy to happen. Now we have the Knight of Wands with the Ace of Wands, with the Moon card. So some of you are dealing with a Pisces. Some of you are dealing, oh, no. That Moon card is actually talking about the Sagittarius full moon and how you're going to just be, literally, I just got so stuck on my words, but how you're literally going to be blazing hot, like guns hot, because this is literally you taking this manifestation and running with it, passionately running towards it, right? And then we have this moon and how it's literally going to change your whole life. Now some of you could be dealing with a Pisces, but for me this is the moon card, Cancer or Pisces, but also the Sagittarius full moon completely changing your life. We got the moon with the wheel. So this moon is ending certain cycles for you, Sagittarius. This moon is literally new beginnings and endings for you. This is your fortune. This moon is going, so by the end of May, you're going to be very different. And then we have the Sun with the Magician. Dude, your guys' cards are lit. Okay, and then we have literally a new beginning for you, Sagittarius. We have the Page of Wands with the Fool card. So some of you are with the Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Some of you are going to be taking that risk. This is you're being told to take a risk. But I love the fact that there's manifested light. And I don't know if you can tell, but sunflowers are my theme this month. And we have sunflowers in the background here. So happiness, love, the inner child. Your inner child is coming up a lot. Also Leo, some of you guys are manifesting with a Leo or a Leo, a Gemini, or a Virgo. But this is about you literally having all that you need to make yourself happy, Sagittarius. Like I said, this full moon is definitely going to end and complete some things for you. Coming up here with the moon and then literally the wheel and then the King and the Queen of Cups, which tells me that this is going to be very emotional for you guys. But if anything about the King and Queen of Cups, it's that they know how to handle emotion. And then literally this is two of the best cards that could come out for you. The Knight of Wands with the Ace of Wands. So you are the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like the 11 of Pentacles. Like, I feel like your career is going to be really picking up in June. But as far as this message, you could have some sort of message coming in from a fire sign. Because we've got a female fire sign coming up here. But remember, this could be any sign. It could be any gender as well. But there's a passionate reminder here about you. So if you're a female Sagittarius watching this, the message has to do with you specifically. Your worth. You know, don't forget yourself. But there's a message coming in for you guys, and who knows what the message is. It could be a message. Some of you it's going to be through your dreams. Some of you it's going to be in person, but you're going to know this message when you see it. So let's keep shuffling here and see what the spring equinox card was about and what the chalice is about for you guys. So what is the spring equinox about for Sagittarius? And what is this unconditional chalice of bliss about for Sagittarius? Let's get one card to validate that as well. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles flips over. And we have the Death card again with the Five of Pentacles again underneath that. So, Sag, you feeling left out in the cold financially or emotionally or spiritually, those days are over. Some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio who left you out in the cold, but this is transforming for you. Okay, this is definitely the death of you feeling left out in the cold financially. Some of you guys are going to get promoted with that Ten of Pentacles and that Ace of Pentacles. Money's going to be flowing in June from all corners of the universe. Okay, the days of you feeling left out in the cold and broken and defeated and wounded are over. That is transforming. That is dying. the Death card talks all about endings and new beginnings, okay? But this is the second time that these cards have showed up for you. So it's telling me that this is what's transforming. A job, poverty, unemployment. Some of you guys are going to get that job. Some of you are going to get a second or third job. You're going to be making that dough, okay? But this is the Death card as your final underlying energy. And that's because you truly are transforming. The Scorpio full moon in your 12th house transformed you as well. So this is literally a spiritual transformation. But as far as why these cards are here, we've got the Two of Pentacles. So some of you are juggling between a water sign and a fire sign. An Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Others of you are just at a crossroads. You were at a crossroads here, which is why you were looking through a situation. And we're ending your reading with you at some sort of crossroads because of the retrogrades going on, which is going to be Mars retrograde. Neptune is going to retrograde, which squares you. So this is going to be, it's okay. When Neptune squares you and when it goes retrograde and stays still, it's okay for you to stand still, especially when it comes to a spiritual path. So, you know, the good thing about this card is that even though you're juggling these finances right now, or in your future, you might have two different jobs to choose from. Some of you guys are going to be wondering if you should take a second job because you want to have your free time, right? You want to have your freedom, but some of you may take a risk and get that second or third job because of, you know, you don't want to juggle finances anymore. You'd rather sacrifice your freedom than potentially be in a situation where you don't have enough ends to meet. One second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I had maintenance come and my dog started barking, so had to take a little break there. But interesting enough, it was a Capricorn that was at my door. So some of you could have a Capricorn. I asked the guy what his sign was because I thought maybe it would be. I said, "Are you a Sagittarius?" He said, "No, I'm a Capricorn." So I've got my dog sitting here. Say hello, Tai Tai. But yeah, okay. So that was your reading basically. But just to kind of clarify everything, you guys, it looks as if, you know, your freedom matters a lot to you. And, you know, you're looking through a situation that maybe didn't make you emotionally fulfilled in the past. But there's a reminder here directly for you or from some kind of Queen of Wands. There could be a passionate message coming in, I believe, is why the Queen of Wands is there. Also, in your future, what we are talking about is this Two of Pentacles and you being at a crossroads between getting a second job or, you know, but this is coming with growth, you know what I mean? So you might be juggling growth. And the good thing about this guy is that he's juggling and he's stressed, but he's having a good time and he's dancing, okay? So very interesting reading, Sagittarius. I believe that you have a pretty good reading. And then your underlying energy is the Death card. So this is just to reiterate the fact that there is definitely some new beginnings and endings and sudden changes going on in your life, especially that being left out in the cold financially. I feel like you guys are just no longer going to be juggling finances because you're healing your inner child. And I think you're going to find some kind of way to become emotionally fulfilled, free, and financially stable, which is just literally magic. You guys can manifest this all for yourself. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you have any questions, please comment below. Or if you have a more private conversation that you need to have with me, then go ahead and email me or message me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever is best for you. But I would love to talk to you guys more about what's going on for you in May and June. It looks pretty great. Overall, there is a message here not to forget something in your present moment. So just make sure you're looking through these situations, even if they're emotionally non-fulfilling, and even if it's a wish that didn't get accepted, look through it and find the good in it, okay, Sagittarius? But other than that, guys, I really hope that I'm back to talk to you in July, and if not, I will talk to you whenever I can. Bye.